The ProForm Carbon T7 is a treadmill you don't want to overlook. If you want 3 years of premium digital training with iFIT, the ProForm Carbon T7 could be yours for free with the ProForm Plus program. Welcome to treadmillreviews.com. I'm Kaylee, and today I'm happy to review the ProForm Carbon T7. This compact folding treadmill is one of the best options for walkers and new runners who want subscription training content. It's not quite free, but it's pretty close. The ProForm Plus program bundles the T7 and 3 years of iFIT into one reasonable price. With monthly installments or all at once, you can buy into a 3-year iFIT family membership and receive the training content and the treadmill in return. It's a sweet deal. The T7 is a cushioned treadmill with a touchscreen display that showcases iFIT's global trainer-led content. Hang around to figure out if this practically free treadmill is worth it for you. Want to learn more about treadmills and other home fitness equipment? Like this video and subscribe to our channel. Here at treadmillreviews.com, we like to keep you informed on the best treadmills and fitness products so you can make the right buying decisions. If there are other products you want to see us review, leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. The ProForm Carbon T7 is a compact treadmill. It has a footprint of 66 inches long, 33.5 inches wide, and 57 inches tall. The deck folds manually, so you'll need to be able to lift and lower this deck on your own if you plan to keep it folded. It's really not that heavy, but you will need to use 2 hands most likely to lock it into place because it uses a lock and pin mechanism. I'm able to do this with no problem, and most users should be able to manage it. If you do have strength or mobility restrictions, consider a hydraulic folding treadmill like the ProForm Pro 2000. The folding mechanism of the T7 is unique. The folding hinge is between the deck and the motor hood, so the motor hood remains parallel to the ground while the rest of the deck folds up. This actually makes the treadmill much more compact when folded. The T7 weighs under 200 pounds, so it's not the heaviest. It's actually one of the lightest iFIT treadmills. The ProForm Carbon T7 has a 2.6 continuous horsepower motor. We typically consider treadmills with at least a 3 horsepower motor a running treadmill. So the T7 is a bit underpowered for running. That said, I really like how this treadmill performs when I run on it. If you are a smaller user who isn't going to be bothered by a deck size of only 20 inches by 55 inches in length instead of the typical 60 inches of length, it's not a bad choice. If you're going to run, I recommend sticking to lower mileage or less frequent runs. The T7 is great for daily walks, and if you incorporate a few faster intervals in there, you'll be just fine. The speed is limited on the T7 down from the typical 12 miles per hour to 10 miles per hour. That's still a 6-minute mile, so many runners will be able to hit close to their top speed if they want. The T7 doesn't excel at those higher speeds because of its short deck size, so just be careful if you have a longer stride. The incline range is from 0 to 10%, so no decline. I miss having a decline feature when I'm training with the iFIT content because the digital fitness platform is designed to match the trail you're virtually running or walking on. A 10% incline might not be as impressive as what is found on other treadmills, but if you're going to work at a brisk pace, it's going to be quite challenging. The T7 is covered by a 10-year warranty on the frame, 2 years on parts, and 1 year for labor. This warranty is okay, but it could be better. I always like to see lifetime warranties on frames and motors for home treadmills, and the Carbon T7 has a sturdy steel frame for its size, so the build is a good quality. The ProForm Carbon T7 doesn't have a giant touchscreen like you'll find on many other iFIT treadmills. It has a modest 7-inch touchscreen. This size might be a little too small for some users to comfortably view and navigate. The screen does tilt though, but it doesn't adjust to user height differences. If you're a really tall runner or walker, looking down at this screen is not as nice as treadmills with large, more adjustable screens. It does have a tablet rack formed by the ledge over the top of the speakers. If you have a larger tablet, you can set it on top of that screen and train alongside content from apps or stream your favorite movies and TV shows. The built-in touchscreen only displays iFIT content, so I really appreciate that the Carbon T7 has a device rack. Many other iFIT treadmills, such as the commercial series from Nordic Track, do not, so you're locked into only one kind of content when you train. It's also handy if you decide to cancel iFIT after the 3 years, because the T7 is still a really nice treadmill with enough training features that you'll be happy to continue using it. Under the touchscreen, you will also find the speed and incline buttons. Every speed and incline level is represented, though you can set a more precise speed or incline grade with the plus and minus buttons. Those will change your speed by 1/10 of a mile and your incline by 0.5%, so you can get really dialed in training. The remaining buttons are for starting and stopping the treadmill. These are right beside the red safety key, which will stop the belt quickly but smoothly. The console has storage, one water bottle holder on each side. There's no fan, so bring a floor fan or use a ceiling fan if there's one in your exercise space. There are speakers which are loud and clear. I never had to crank the volume all the way up to train effectively or to hear the radio music. The audio is also Bluetooth, so you can pair your earbuds or headphones right to the console to listen quietly. The Carbon T7 has all the features to support your iFIT training experience. It isn't as featured-packed as the ProForm Pro 2000 or the Nordic Track Commercial 1250, but for its price range and as a part of the ProForm Plus program, it does very well. So I've mentioned it a ton, but let's get into what exactly iFIT is and how it makes your training experience on the ProForm Carbon T7 better. iFIT is a subscription-based digital fitness platform with literally thousands of trainer-led videos. The content is shot on locations around the world, so you can explore trails and cities you've never even heard of. The iFIT trainers offer sage training advice and teach you about the location you're virtually exploring. It is both motivating and fun. And while you're watching the content, the Carbon T7 automatically adjusts the preset speeds, but if you manually slow it down or speed it up, iFIT will remember your performance and adjust the rest of your current and future workouts. The incline also automatically adjusts, but instead of adjusting to your performance, it adjusts as closely as possible to match the real-world grade shown on the screen. So if the trainer you're following is coming up on an ascent, you better get ready, because you are too. This is where the lack of declinability on the Carbon T7 feels noticeable. If your trainer is coasting downhill, the closest you can come is trotting along the flat treadmill grade. Say you cancel your iFIT membership. Is the Carbon T7 treadmill still worth it? I have to answer yes, because I really like this treadmill. It feels really smooth underfoot and seems to outperform comparable treadmills. You can train in manual mode or access a few limited iFIT videos when you have Wi-Fi. Even without iFIT, I still really like what the Carbon T7 has to offer for its price point and was impressed by how it performed. Now I'm going to walk on the ProForm Carbon T7 at 3 miles per hour. That way you can hear what the motor sounds like and also see how it performs as I'm walking. The deck is pretty nicely cushioned, so it's pretty soft given how affordable this treadmill is. And now I'll take it up to a 7 mile per hour run. And this is where, if you are a runner with a much longer stride, you might start to feel that shorter 55-inch length. It might just not be quite enough for your longer stride. So I've slowed it back down to 3 miles per hour. And now we're going to take it up to that 10% top grade. That incline motor is a little bit louder than some of the other ProForm treadmills. All right, so there's the top of that incline, and as you can see, it's hinging at the motor hood, so it's got quite an interesting angle to it. And even though it's not quite as steep of an incline as you might find on some other iFIT treadmills, it's still pretty challenging. I'm getting out of breath walking on it. The ProForm Carbon T7 is a hard treadmill to pass up. I love the ProForm Plus program for offering one free piece of equipment in exchange for 3 years of iFIT, because it makes subscription training and an awesome cardio machine much more attainable for budget shoppers. The Carbon T7 performs best as a walking treadmill, but I couldn't blame you if you sneak in a few running miles on its cushioned deck. It folds very compactly, so it shouldn't be too hard to find enough space for it. The ProForm Carbon T7 is a great introduction to the iFIT platform that remains a great treadmill even if you decide to unsubscribe in the future. Thanks so much for watching my review of the ProForm Carbon T7 treadmill. If you have questions about this treadmill, you can leave a comment or you can head over to treadmillreviews.com to read my full written review. If you are interested in the ProForm Carbon T7, we'll have it linked below so you can check out its current pricing. Buying a treadmill through this link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. I'm Kaylee from treadmillreviews.com, and thanks again for watching.